Good evening, guys. This is Perry and Nancy and Sherilyn. Got Nancy and Sherilyn working on the peas. They're stringing them. And so they can climb up the strings. It's a lot cheaper and easier than using fencing or any other real kind of material. Just go down, tie a string around it. Each individual plant, go up and over a piece of wire that we have strung between post to post down there, and run your line up and over and tie the next one, and up and over and tie the next one, and up and over and tie the next one, and on down through each and every one. Then comes the end of the season. All you need is a pocket knife. Just go along there and cut all the strings and roll the strings all up and everything else right into a ball with all your leftover pea strings, or whatever you want to call them, vines. And you can either put them in your compost pile. Just be sure to use a cotton string so it'll be biodegradable. But they've been working on this for the last couple of days now, and they're just about done with the peas. I think that's all they'll be doing for today. They had quite a full schedule the last couple of days, so it's be time to relax. I'm running around here just in the last couple of hours, just spreading fertilizer and stuff and getting things set up better and getting everything fertilized. Anyway, this is Perry from the gang over here at Perry's Victory Garden. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hi all, this is Perry. This is my dog. She's something else. She's Bojack. Anyway, I wanted to show you what we got going for this week for the garden group. I just want to show you how our big plum trees are doing. They are doing a lot healthier this year. Since I trimmed them out and got some air and light into the center, they're actually producing not a lot, but quite a few anyway, of the large bluish purple looking plums. Real good for like making prunes or whatever out of too. Anyway, moving this direction is where all the gardening really is. We've been doing a lot in the last few days, especially since we've come up with some halfway decent weather. Starting on this end, looking pretty good. We got our celery in there. I transplanted the spearmint into a container. I had to break out about half of it. It was so root bound. And this is one of the main beds for the herbs. You can see it looking pretty good. Got all kinds of herbs in there. Oreganos and sage, thyme, parsley. There's rosemary, lavender, and different kinds of thyme back there. Also cilantro. Got some chives here. These are actually leeks and shallots in this bed. We use anything for containers pretty much, old sinks, whatnot. The little one here is basil from seed. More parsley. Here we have, it's a chive, but it's a garlic type chive. So it gives you both flavor of onion and chive with the hint of garlic. In this bed we have Swiss chard and kale. As you see, like I say, we use old sinks and whatnot. Here's another bed of kale and some celery. Over in this bed is the garlic. This is the elephant garlic. Here I've got some spinach going. It's just now taken off. It's been in there about a week and a half. However, the rhubarb has really made a comeback. Found a couple of slugs in there that was boring holes and everything, so got them out of there. Gave it another big shot of chicken manure and put it in the sun here more instead of quite so shaded. And here we got the greenhouse. Got it pretty much cleaned up finally to where it's got more room. But sure gets warm in here. I've got a couple of praying mantis pods in here too. They should be coming out here before too long. We'll be adding those to the garden here and there. We've got one raised bed in here. On this end I just transferred some. Now let me kind of explain. We start with pots, little small pots for seeds. When they get to about this size or so on most of your plants, we plant them in this heavily fertilized bed. A lot of compost, fertilizer and all that, but you don't want to have too much of your hot type fertilizers or it'll scorch your plants. They'll just die. Too much nitrogen, or roots will just basically seal up and they won't be able to bring on any more water and they just die. Anyway, in here, these are peppers. These are some squash. And if you look right down in here, let's see if I can find him, is a, there he is, cocoon there. And that's one of the praying mantis cocoons. There's also one underneath here somewhere. Put them in the crotch of a tree or a bush or anything like that. And as long as you got fairly decent weather above about 60 degrees or so, they'll hatch. And in those little pods, you get anywhere between like 100 to 200 little praying mantis out of each pod. And we have cherry tomatoes. We need to give a lot of these cherry tomatoes away. We got sage, basil. Got a basil tree. I just replanted that in some little bit bigger pot. More soil. It was getting pretty root bound from last year. We have more spearmint here, and we've got some new shoots coming up. This is a chocolate mint. And let's see what we got here. We got artichokes. A couple of artichokes. Peppermint. This is regular peppermint. But that's all we got going in here for right now. Most of it we've already gotten outside. Now here we still got cherry trees. They're doing good. You got cherries coming on. They're starting to turn color. I'm gonna have to get a netting for these guys. But otherwise, the birds will have them all picked off of there. Grapes, they seem to be doing pretty good. My boysenberry marionberries are just really blooming. They Well, should have a pretty good crop of marionberries. And the raspberry patch. Looks like it's doing pretty good. Got a lot more raspberries in there this year than we did last year. Yeah, we got a few mold problems. I gotta break out the mold traps. And this direction, let's see, we got blueberries. They're doing good. We gotta get in here, and my big mower broke down, so I've got to get in here with a little mower. Strawberries are coming on. They're just now starting to turn red, so they'll be nice and ready to come. Oh, I can see a couple of them in there. Oh, there's a few. Let's see. Oh yeah, and in there alongside. Yeah. They're starting. Horseradish is looking pretty good. We make our own horseradish here in that bed. And we have the asparagus in this bed. And back here, those are squash. They are winter squash, and we'll use these panels for trellises. All of this straw we need to get removed off of there. It's something we wanted to try. We'd seen people do and stuff, but it doesn't appear to be as effective as we had wished for keeping out weeds and whatnot. And I think the best way is just make sure you got good clean soil and keep it tilled to impede any kind of growth. So we have these 4 rows of potatoes and this one open row. You can see how they produced a lot better than if you look real close down the line here on these. It's pretty spotty and not as consistent. But in that there are the regular, we got red potatoes, Yukon Golds, and russets. Cauliflower is coming along. Beets are coming along. We've got 3 different kinds of cauliflower here. Cabbage is coming along. And radishes. Oh, they got some great radishes in there. They got this one of those long white oriental looking radishes that you use like in kimchi and things like that. They're good for pickling. Girls got the peas and the beans all done finally. Got them weeded out, and I went and tilled most of that back up between the lines there. Further on down, I'm not going to go down that way any further. It's just a little too rough on my bod right now. Is pumpkins, and there's some watermelon and cantaloupe. Clear over here is we did put some corn in, and we put in some bush lima beans, and we have still much more to put in here yet. Today is our second day of halfway decent weather. It's nothing consistent so far, so we've been having to play around with the weather on getting plants out of the greenhouse into the ground out here as weather permits, and so they won't die or whatever, or get frost. Just wanted to give you a kind of an update as to what we got going here, that we aren't just sitting around. I want you all to have a great day, okay? And we'll catch you again real soon. Get those gardens tilled. Get those spaces filled up with some food you guys can eat. We'll see you later.